Hey everyone, it's Tom Kradza with another Rockstar Minute. Here's 3 quick tips when you're thinking about quitting your job that I wish I had when I was thinking about quitting my job. So the tip number 1 was, I should let you know first, I quit my job when I was working. Carol, my wife, was not working. She was at home. We had 2 kids, a 10-month-old and a 4-year-old, mortgage on our house, the whole bit. Decided to quit my job and kind of walk away from it all. And the 3 things that I wish I knew before that and maybe would have helped me quit my job even sooner. Item number 1 was, I wish someone had told me, stop focusing so much on your passion and what your passion project it is, and look where the transactions are already happening in the world. Like, look where business is already happening and just step into the middle of those transactions. Because if you can find out where transactions are already happening, you're likely going to be pretty successful if you're good at what you're going to do. So for example, I know a bunch of people who quit their jobs to go into the contracting space, some doing roofing, some doing like kitchen renovations and stuff. Those things are already happening in the world. They just have to interject themselves into the middle of those transactions and start getting business. On the other side, in my IT life, I know people who quit their jobs and started consulting companies and IT staffing companies. That stuff was already happening. They just put themselves into the middle of those transactions. So that's item number 1. Item number 2 is then once you figure out where the transactions are and you put yourself into the middle of those transactions, we call those money trails, by the way. Item number 2 is then interject your passion into that money trail. And what I mean by that is the idea of getting my real estate license at one point in my life made me want to throw up in my mouth. Like, I never wanted to go into the real estate industry. But the idea of going into real estate and talking to people about investment properties, helping them with their first investment properties, helping them build wealth for their families, that I was excited about. So that I could get excited about some items of the real estate industry and focus on those, that gave us our own unique voice. So whatever you're going to do, find where the transactions are already happening. Don't try and reinvent the wheel, and then interject your own voice into that, and then you'll have a unique thing that you can share with the world, which we find is very passionate, powerful. Because if you look at people like Richard Branson, he went to the airline industry. Airline already existed. He just kind of amped it up a little bit with limo pickups and all kinds of beautiful service. Steve Jobs went into the music industry with the iPod. There was already the Walkman and little MP3. Do you remember those little black MP3 players that were horrible to use? He just reinvented that and made it easier to use. So he just brought his voice into an industry that already happened. And the third thing I would say is figure out how to get a customer. How are you going to get your first customer? How are you going to get your first 10 customers? When you figure that process out, you got everything that you need. Those are the 3 things that I really wish someone broke out to me much earlier. So hopefully, it's only one life, get on with it. Hopefully that gives you something to think about. Until next time, your life, your terms.